earthquake resistance design of a masonry structures. Okay, so basically this topic is a part of a unit number 6. Okay, and it comes after the portion of a base isolations. Okay, that base isolation we have already seen in our last lectures. Okay, so today we will discuss the strengthening of a masonry structures. Okay, so the first of all we can define the disasters as a vulnerability into hazards. So vulnerability is one of the major effect. Okay, in case of a brick and stone masonry structures, they are more vulnerable. Okay, so we know that in the country like India, many today in the today construction area also, the many of the structures are made up of the brick masonries. Okay, just because it is very economical. Okay, easily available. Okay, and there are certain more factors, okay, of the brick masonries. Because of that, they are more commonly used in this country. Okay, so also in order to enhance the earthquake vulnerability or earthquake resistance of the structure of a masonry, we have to design, okay, we have to retrofit the brick, okay, in such a way that in a moderate earthquake also this masonry buildings can perform better. Okay, so the main purpose of this lecture or this today's lecture is how to perform the masonry building, okay, effectively against the earthquake effect. Okay, so let us see that. So basically the seismic retrofitting is nothing but a technique to upgrade the structure for the earthquake resistance to the level of a present day codal requirement, okay, which is having the original structural inadequacy or the inadequacy due to the material degradations. Okay, so main purpose of the seismic retrofitting is to upgrade or to provide the seismic resistance of a building so that it becomes more safe under the earthquake occurrence. So this is the main purpose of the earthquake resistance of a masonry building. So in order to avoid the possibility of a brittle failure, which is more common in your reinforcement connection and of a resistance resisting members. Okay, so let us see which code is available for the design of earthquake resistance of a masonry building. So as per the IS code 13935 June 2009, okay, these IS code will give you the detailed guideline for the repair and restoration and condition assessment and seismic strengthening of a masonry buildings. So this IS code I have already posted in your ERDS group, so kindly go through that. Okay, so whatever portion that we will cover in this lecture, they all are the part of that IS codes. Okay, so let us see the general guideline or the provision of requirement in the masonry building. So first of all, we have to check the plinth band, lintel band, roof band, corner reinforcement, brickwork, restricted opening and adequate foundation. So these are the basic requirement in the masonry buildings, or you can say that these are the more weaker part that can be strengthened by you providing the reinforcement band, okay, right from the bottom to the top. Now next is the material or the selection of material is very important. Okay, because we know that for the strengthening purpose, for providing the band in the masonry structures, we require the cement and steel, and the quality of that cement and steel is very important. Okay, as if you are using the bad quality of the cement or steel, then in that case the band is not effectively performs during an earthquake. Okay, so this selection is very important. Okay, so admixture to improve non-shrinkage grout considering the polymers, non-shrinkage cement and special sand bonds, these are the admixtures can also be provided. okay, or can also be applied, okay. So these are the some of the figures if you see that, okay. Then the sequence of retrofittings. So first of all we have to identify the cracks in the masonry structures. It may be higher line cracks, it may be major cracks, minor cracks, okay. So you have to identify the cracks, and the cracks will always start from the corner or from the openings, okay. So it can be easily visible, okay, physically. So the first and most effective method is a injection method, okay. So by providing or by pressing the injections of a non-shrinkage cement polymers, you can provide the injecting the grouting or portion up to the depth of about 0.5 to 5 mm, okay. And you can also repair by expensive cement mortar, okay, quick sand setting cements, okay. These are the some of the other alternatives you can provide, and which can perform better during the shear and flexural reinforcement. Steel mesh and steel rod can also be utilized or used. Then grouting method, okay. So in grouting, cement water mixture or polymer mortar is used, okay. If you see that is a diagram or it is a figure, okay, as per the this by adding the vertical reinforcement, okay, by pre-stressing walls. These are the some of the examples. Then horizontal seismic belt, okay. So it can be provided, horizontal seismic band can be provided on the wall, on both the on both the face, okay, just above the lintel, below the roof level, okay, below the floor level. In case of RCC slabs also not required at the plinth level. Then on the wall, on both the faces, face of the wall can all on the wall and both the face of the wall, okay. Then it can also be provided on the windows lintel, okay. If you see the figure, okay, photos. Then seismic belt around the door window, okay. So in the category D and E buildings, so D and E buildings are well defined in IS code, okay. So mesh of the gauge of 10 mm with 8 wire in vertical direction space at 25 mm in a belt width of 200 mm, or 13 gauge with 10 wire in a vertical direction space at 25 mm in a belt width of 250 mm can also be provided. So this is a typical cross section of a vertical and horizontal reinforcement which can be provided, okay, which can cover the entire opening of the window, okay. This is a seismic this is a retrofitting, or you can say that the horizontal and vertical reinforcement band, okay. Then this is a typical photos, you can see that, okay, that portion. If you see that above the wall, okay, this prominent portion above the wall, if you see that this is a horizontal band which can be provided above the lintel of the window and doors, okay. Then at the corner of the rooms, junction of the wall, then vertical seismic belts can be provided at the corner of the rooms, junction of the wall, width of each side of the corner to cap 25 mm extra to the width of the mesh. Then reinforcement to be started below 300 mm below the plinth level, okay. This can be also provided at the, or can be started from the plinth level itself, if you see the diagram, okay, like this. And the external corner is also very weak, which can be subjected to the earthquake force, okay. And the breakage on the cracks can develop from external joint also, so we can strengthen that also by providing suitable reinforcements, the vertical reinforcements, okay. So this is a typical photographs. If you see the bungalow, in this bungalow majority of the openings in the form of windows and doors are strengthened by horizontal and vertical reinforcement bands, okay, like this. Then this vertical reinforcement inside the corner, so inside joint can corner is also subjected to the earthquake vulnerability, okay. So this can also be strengthened by providing the internal reinforcement band like this, okay. At the typical corner junction also it can be provided. So roof consisting of a steel joist flat A segment arch must have a horizontal tie like this. Horizontal tie can also be provided to holding the joist horizontally in each arch span so as to prevent the spreading of joist. Okay, so like this we can provide this extra additional attachment. Then anchorage, the anchorage portion. Okay, this is a whole reinforcement mesh to strengthen the brick masonry wall. Okay, so next is additional steps. So repairs and rehabilitation to be carried out prior to the retrofitting. Then at the external corners on each face of the wall, the width of the mesh corner reinforcement may be kept to 250 mm on each face of the wall, and it covers the minimum of one brick, and the mesh reinforcement at the corner may be kept 300 mm below the GL. Okay, so on the internal cross wall, since the stiffening is available, the horizontal seismic belt can also be restricted just to anchoring the effect of the cross wall. Okay, then these all are the some references for the mesh reinforcement. You can go through that. Okay, so in your CAT 2 examination, so whatever the portion that I have covered after CAT 1 till today, that may be and that will be the part of the CAT 2. Okay, so kindly go through the detailed notes. Okay, and prepare the same. Okay, we will see the failure of the masonry structure and all that in our next lectures. Okay, so thank you very much for your kind attentions. Thank you.